From the Eagle's Nest with Gary Greenwald. This unique program combines the dynamic ministry of God's Word, the discussion of contemporary issues, and the demonstration of God's power. Now, here's Gary Greenwald.
Hello, I'm Gary Greenwald, and over the past several years, the Eagle's Nest Ministries has exposed certain things like rock and roll music, Dungeons and Dragons, marijuana, and even the New Age movement, and now we feel there's another attack upon our society. If I say something like wicked witches and demon clouds and spell books and even the zone of eternal evil, what comes to mind? What do you think of? Do you think of a coven of witches or a seance? Watch now.
Wicked witches, demon clouds? Where do we start, Mr. Van Gool?
You start by getting that spell book before those foolish witches destroy the world.
We've got some witches to splat.
You coming with us, Mr. V?
I'm afraid I cannot.
Like we're not into witches either, sir. We'll stick with you.
Yeah. If you wish, I'm going to hunt down that demon mist in the zone of eternal evil where the darkest spirits are trapped.
Like on second thought, send us a postcard.
Yeah, so long.
Good luck with the mist, Mr. V.
If they don't recover that book, no amount of luck will save us. Oh, powers locked within this stone, transport me now to the evil zone. I hope I find that mist.
You know, you've been watching a Scooby-Doo cartoon, and it's amazing to me to see what's being brought forth in a cartoon. We've seen spell books, occultic amulets, we saw a crystal ball, astral projection to the evil zone, all of this in a children's cartoon. Now, I've got a guest today. His name is Phil Phillips. He's from Texas. He has been involved in missions work in his life, and he has now felt called to study the effects of cartoons and children's toys and even TV programs upon our children today. And I'd like to introduce a young man, and Phil, God bless you, and it's good to see you today.
It's a pleasure being here today, Gary.
Now, Phil, I'll tell you what, 14 years ago, Scooby-Doo was a lot different than what we see today, and I could hardly recognize it. Can you tell me what's going on in this cartoon?
Yes, there's a vast movement toward the occult within the cartoon and toy industry. Most people don't realize that 80% of all cartoons deal directly with the occult, and 40% of the toys on the market have occultic influence, and these are the most popular.
And these toys are actually a mirror of the cartoons, is that correct?
Right, they're released together. It's a form of marketing where the toys and the cartoons are released together to create this popularity for the toys.
Now, you have a concern, I know, that all of this is affecting our youth, and I wanted to know, do you feel that there are a lot of children that are being influenced by the cartoons they watch?
Oh yes, take for instance a cartoon like He-Man and Masters of the Universe. It can be seen as many as 31 times a week in an area with a viewing audience as much as 16 million children each time it's aired. And so we're seeing a vast effect on the whole United States and other countries around the world through these cartoons and toys.
Millions of children now watching occultic cartoons and then going out and buying occultic toys. Now, could we say that there is witchcraft and occultic practices that are actually being portrayed in these cartoons?
Oh yes, the witchcraft and occult practices are not make-believe. They're taken from actual witchcraft, actual pagan religions, levitation, mind control, astral projection, and other forms of witchcraft ceremonies are portrayed within the cartoons.
All of these things are portrayed in the cartoons?
Yes, very much so.
Well, then we could suspect that there's some kind of a spiritual force behind these things to program our children.
Oh yes, the children receive this in a very different light than we do.
Well, Lynn, before we talk about that, let's go into another Scooby-Doo cartoon, and let's see some of the occultic and witchcraft influences that are very blatant in this cartoon. Let's go to Scooby-Doo again here.
Okay.
We meet again, Vincent Van Gogh.
Marcella! So you're the evil mist. But how did you wind up in the zone?
Oh, I was swept here by a spectral wind after I escaped your chest of demons.
From one trap to the next. You never were terribly clever, were you, Marcella?
Oh, yes, Van Gogh. While you rot here, my sister witches will set me free at last to haunt the heavens and the... In a short while, Vincent, my loyal sisters will rescue me from this zone.
I wouldn't count on those 3 witches if I were you, Marcella.
Oh, I do appreciate your concern, but with the Book of Spells, they can't fail. Once they reach Stonehenge and make a brew, they'll chant spell 13.
Which will set you free.
Precisely. And I'm afraid you can't follow me. At least not without your lovely necklace. Get used to Mr. Van Gogh, I think. He'll be staying here quite a while.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! We made it, sisters! Stonehenge! Yeah, yeah, yeah!
Well, now let's get spell 13. Glenn!
They're about to start their spell.
I can hardly believe what I'm seeing here. Now, we're looking at occultic things. We're seeing things like the chest of demons and witches and Stonehenge and occultic spell 13. I mean, we're talking about satanic things here. Now, Phil, it's becoming obvious to me what's going on, and I wonder, how did you get started in exploring all of this? I mean, how did you get into analyzing the toy industry?
Well, it was very unusual. I was in the process of going on the mission field and working my way through that and speaking in different churches. The Lord directed me to go on a 14-day fast. And during this fast, I did something very unusual. I walked into a toy store. And when I walked in the toy store, I was faced with a toy holding an occult symbol in its hand. And this got my curiosity up, so I purchased the toy. And I read the comic book that was with it, and it was occultic practices within the comic book. So I talked about it in the church I was in that night, but I didn't think much of it. I threw it in the back seat of my car. About 3 days later, I was driving home from these series of services, and the Lord spoke to me about what happens when a child plays with a toy and how they project themselves with their imagination into a toy, and they give it life, character, abilities, talents, and they set the surrounding around the toy.
Now, wait a minute. Now, you're saying a child actually projects himself into the toy. Can you say that again? Because I think that's a real key here, that the cartoons have this kind of effect upon the child and even the toys.
Yeah, the toy is a lifeless hunk of plastic, and it only comes to life with that projection of the imagination into a toy.
Yeah.
And they give it life, character, abilities, talents, and set the surroundings around the toy.
So the child vicariously lives through that toy.
Yes, very much so. And the Lord told me that children were being affected by these things and that I was to do something about it, which proceeded in me studying this material over 2.5 years ago.
Well, we've seen over the last several years a slow, subtle occultic influence in our cartoons, but it's become so blatant. When do you feel this blatant turn towards the occult and witchcraft really took on its momentum?
Well, there's a cartoon called He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Now, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe really broke the ground on this cartoon occultism. In fact, it set so many records. It was turned down by all 3 major networks, by the way. It was the first cartoon to go through independent TV stations as a first-run cartoon, and it covers 95% of America.
So you're saying He-Man was like an occultic forerunner to really blast this into the public's eye.
Oh yeah, the cartoon people have no problem getting another one through. They say, well, it's just like He-Man. But He-Man was such a tremendous success. In fact, it got as much as a 22-point Nielsen rating in many areas when it was shown. And that's market control, as you know.
Well, I think what we should do is let's watch on the screen right now and see an opening to a He-Man series and see some of the occultic overtones as we begin this. We're going to play a little segment here showing the transformation of He-Man.
Power of Grayskull.
Well, now Phil, here we're seeing a transformation of He-Man from a wimp, like a Clark Kent type of character, to the He-Man, and he says something like the power of Grayskull. Is that correct?
Yes, what you just seen is He-Man being transformed. In fact, his name is Adam.
Yeah.
First man.
Interesting.
Until he's transformed, and then he becomes He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe, by lifting his sword in the air and yelling by the power of Grayskull. Now, to understand this, we have to understand what Grayskull is. It is a castle built by unknown hands.
Grayskull, or is it gay skull?
Spirit living within it that manifests in the shape of a skull. And so our good character is empowered by occultic demon spirits.
You're kidding me. No. So all of this is coming forth, and the children, whether consciously or subconsciously, are picking up all these occultic overtones.
Oh, very much so.
You know, I received this letter. I thought I might read it here. A lady had written to the Eagle's Nest, and she said, "How harmless are the cartoon characters on the Masters of the Universe program for children? My sister-in-law allows her son to watch this television show, and he also has all the characters, He-Man, Skeletor, who you see on the screen right now, and the Castle of Grayskull, to which this little 2-year-old boy repeats from the show, by the power of Grayskull." Here's a little boy.
There is a clip rolling around somewhere from this video that's like an hour and a half because of the new movie that came out. So I dug around and I found the full video, so I figured I'd have a playthrough of it. I don't know how interesting it's going to be throughout this whole hour and a half, but maybe I'll switch it up.
Boy repeating, 2 years old, by the power of Grayskull, and she says he holds his hand up, saluted to the sky. So a 2-year-old is actually learning these things.
Well, the Bible says, "Dear children, let nothing take God's place in your hearts."
Right.
And He-Man is being lifted up as a God, and many children are receiving him as such. In fact, I was talking to one lady, and I've heard a number of experiences like this, but she said, my little boy was in the back seat of the car, and a radio preacher came on and said, "Our Lord God, the Master of the universe."
This guy talks very funny too. Like, I can't tell what it is. I think he's got like an overbite, maybe.
He-Man is the master of the universe.
And he pushes his lips out.
I've got another one. My dad was talking about my presentation in a church, and a little boy was seen afterwards. I mean, I didn't even do the presentation. And afterwards, he was seen in the parking lot. Now, this is a kid growing up in a Christian home, going to church, Sunday school, the whole shot.
Right.
Out in the parking lot with He-Man in his hand, running around in circles saying, "He-Man has more power than Jesus. He-Man has more power than Jesus."
So we can assume that millions of children that you say watch these programs are having their minds transformed from reading the Word of God or believing what the Bible says to believing what the cartoons are saying. They have that kind of influence on their minds.
Right, they're taking on many gods. Many gods.
Well, let's look at what this is spawning in our toy stores. Each cartoon is spawning little toys that represent the cartoon. Is that correct?
Right.
All right, then I'm going to show you a He-Man figure here. And he's got this, what do you call this sword here?
Well, that's the sword of power. But as we've talked about He-Man, he becomes transformed. Now, from He-Man, we need to take a look at Skeletor.
Okay, now this is the He-Man, a muscular figure and so forth that mostly little boys follow, I take it?
Right.
But the little girls have someone too.
Oh, many little girls play with this toy.
Oh, really? Well, let's look at Skeletor now. We've got him up on our screen, and Skeletor is this ugly-looking skeletal creature with a staff in his hand. Now, what's that staff that he's got in his hand?
The staff is a ram's head staff. Now, the ram's head is a very occultic symbol. It's boiled in cauldrons. It's used in different occult practices. But when it's seen on the staff, it's called a Norok. And when the Norok is pictured in occult books, many times it's pictured with the butt of the staff crushed onto the head of a dove. Now, Skeletor introduces most of the occult within the toy series. He has the ability to mind control, to levitate, to astral project, and to do many other occult practices and pagan religion practices.
So you're telling me little boys, for instance, could watch Skeletor with his staff of power here, and they could, and you say this was actually used to crush a dove that represents total satanic power. Of course, we know that the goat's head, the ram's head, represents Satan anyway in the occult. So little boys are really being programmed to evil. And where does Skeletor live?
Well, Skeletor lives in Eternia with He-Man. Now, Eternia is a good world that they live in, and we'll see some things about Eternia a little later on.
Now, who lives in Snake Mountain?
Well, Skeletor lives in Snake Mountain.
Could we talk about Snake Mountain for
Sure,
just a
let's
minute?
take a look at it.
Now, we have a toy that we got at the store, which is called simply Snake Mountain. I thought I'd get this toy up here if we can get that on the screen. And here's the snake and all. I mean, this is definitely an occultic toy. And it's got an interesting little feature here. I'm going to turn it on. It can actually transform your voice from your regular voice to that of an occultic hero. Is that correct? So let's get a Skeletor type of voice. Let me turn this on here. I think I'm getting it too loud. Skeletor, the master of the universe.
This toy sucks.
Yeah, you should see the commercial they play with it. You know, it transforms your voice into that of an evil.
I didn't hear any transformation.
Little
I
children
just heard
would actually
amplification.
use that to even identify more with these occultic heroes, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, I think it would be interesting if we went to another video showing even more of the occultic overtones in these different characters. So let's go to another He-Man serial right now showing the occult.
You have a great challenge facing you, He-Man. Perhaps the greatest of your life. Have you ever heard of the Star Seed?
I thought it was a myth.
It is no myth. It is real. And it is right here in Eternia. Let me show you in the mirror. Eternia...
Did she say starseed?
For we are located directly in the center of the universe. It was here, where we now stand, that the explosion took place which created the universe billions of years ago. At the very center of our planet, there is a small piece of the energy left from that explosion. The very energy which set the stars burning and the planet spinning. The Star Seed. Speak a thing to the Star Seed and it makes it happen. It can do anything. It is all powerful. For untold ages, the location of the Star Seed was known only to a chosen few of the cosmic enforcers. But its location is no longer a secret. At this very moment, Skeletor is tunneling his way to the center of Eternia.
Yeah, furry panties. Or a hair diaper.
Phil, as we're watching this witch talking, she's talking about the creation of the universe, how it was created with a great big explosion, or what some of the scientists would call the Big Bang Theory today, which totally throws out creationism. And then we see her saying the Star Seed is all-powerful, and she mentions Skeletor and Castle Grayskull, which we'll get to a little later. But all of this, I mean, we're seeing such occultic overtones, and this segment we just played was not something we looked for. We just turned on the TV and recorded the first segment we saw. Isn't that correct?
That's right.
Well, I want to get back to exposing some of these characters that we see in the cartoons. So, Phil, would you tell us about the characters we're seeing on the screen right now?
Well, we have a good versus evil here, battle. But the good is empowered by satanic power. This is Tila. They call her the warrior goddess or the patron saint of all warriors. You notice that she's wearing a cobra head breastplate and has a cobra head staff in her hand. Now the cobra is the symbol for demonic power and protection. And this young...
Oh, I thought he was just trying to say that all women are snakes.
...looking thing, and they wear very tightly clad clothes and sometimes even negligee type things on the show.
So there's a sensuality about the toys also.
Yes. This character is called Many Faces. Now, in a cartoon, Many Faces becomes demon-possessed by drinking a magical potion that Skeletor gives him. Now, he is released from that, he becomes a good character, but he still has the demon living within him, and every once in a while it wells up inside and makes him an evil character again. So he crosses back and forth.
You mean little children with a Many Faces toy, now I've got the little Many Faces toy here, can actually see him transform from a demon-possessed skeleton type of creature to a good guy.
And back.
I guess what you do with the toy...
He-Man was slightly before my time. When I was a young boy, I was more into the Ninja Turtles because they were hot in the market. But I did have some hand-me-downs of He-Man figures.
You can become a skeleton creature, and we could go around to the different faces. And this has got to have some kind of a message to the children.
Oh, definitely. It says you can be demon-possessed and still be good.
You're kidding.
Yeah, that's what, you know, if you have a demon living within you and then you're playing on the good side, then that's the obvious inference there. This character here is called Stratos. They call him the Winged Lord. He has the ability to fly and to shoot fire from his hands. You'll notice that he's a half man, half bird.
Yeah.
Now this is an inference from the gods of the ancients. They're half. This particular one is the sun god Ra. He's becoming a very popular revival within the toy and cartoon series, as we'll see in some of the other cartoons later on.
We're going back to ancient pagan gods and forming our toys after them.
Right.
Oh my. What's our next toy here?
Well, we're going to take a look at some of the actual occult practices within the cartoon series, and part of the way I do that is to look at the comic books that come with them. This is the Power of Point Dread. Now in the Power of Point Dread, we see Skeletor in a classic lotus position of meditation. Legs crossed, palms on the knees, with the palms out. He is levitating off the ground.
In a yoga type position.
Right. He has a power
classic
head holding a crystal ball.
pagan
Crystal ball is used in
stance
necromancy
or
communication with the dead.
Right.
And
position.
he's talking about that this crystal ball is the only thing that will allow
that
him to
yoga
focus
stuff.
all of his psychic energies. That's on the
No
first
good.
page.
No
of one
meditation
comic.
allowed.
I can't believe this. And so there's all kinds of occultic things happening right in the front of the comic book here. And now?
This one's the Magic Stealer. Now in the Magic Stealer, Skeletor introduces the power of the pyramid cult. Now, he walks to the center of the pyramid, he sits inside, and he starts to steal the power of Eternia. Now, Eternia is the good world they live in. And these are the powers that rule that good world. This fiery serpent, these fiery skulls, this gargoyle. Do you know what they call these things?
No, what?
The spirits of the air.
Spirit? Well, and that's Ephesians 6:12, isn't
Right.
it? Where we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual powers, spiritual wickedness, principalities and powers, spiritual wickedness in heavenly places, the powers of the air.
Or the spirits of the air.
The spirits of the air, and the rulers of darkness of this world. So actually these cartoons are making real what Satan has had for a long time.
Right.
When I was brought up, I watched cartoons like Bugs Bunny, Donald Duck, Daffy Duck, I mean, Elmer Fudd, and all of the Looney Tunes. But today, there's a different kind of cartoon that's coming on our TV sets. And the question is there a well-organized plot, an insidious design right now to program and influence the minds of our children towards the occult and witchcraft? We see things like spell books and witches and zones of eternal evil and all kinds of demons in today's cartoons. And we're discussing today with our special guest, Phil Phillips. And Phil, I'd like to welcome you to the program. God bless you. Phil comes from Texas, and Phil has been doing a tremendous intensive study of the cartoons that children view today. He's looked at the toys that they're buying in the toy stores, at the comic books that they read, and he's seen that they vicariously live their lives through these cartoon characters and toys. Now, if we miss the generation of youth that's coming up, if we do not minister to them, the Lord Jesus Christ, then we've lost the generation of tomorrow, and the Antichrist will have them. I believe the Antichrist is trying to program the minds of our youth, and he's getting his spell, his control on their minds, and today we're going to be talking about those youth. Now, in God's economy, children are very important, and I wonder, Phil, if the church is overlooking the children. Do you think this is happening?
Well, in church history, yes. The church has overlooked the children on many occasions. Some people, in trying to put emphasis on the children, have said that children are the church of tomorrow. But that's not a true statement. Children are the church of today. They're an integral part of the body of Christ today. God has placed them within our bodies, and we have to make sure that they are healthy and spiritually alive.
Yes.
You see, children, their relationship to God is as important to God as our relationship to God. Mm-hmm. And this should motivate us toward ministry to the children.
Well, now we know that TV has become a babysitter for children. And when parents don't want to take responsibility for children, they send them to sit in front of their TV babysitter. How much time does TV take in the average child's life?
Well, in 1978, there was a study done that said children watched an average of 15,000 hours of television before they graduated from high school, while only spending 11,000 hours in the classroom. In 1984, the same study was done, and the figure is up to 22,000 hours on the average in front of the television set. That's 1,000 hours a year.
Now,
so with that and the
it's iPads and telephones. Or excuse me, cell phones.
Hours of total input into a child's life before he's 18 years of age.
22,000 hours, and a lot of that is taken up in cartoons. Is that correct?
Oh, yes.
Because we've noticed that the cartoons are not only just Saturday morning, but every afternoon. The children, they're at key times of the day when the children can watch them.
Well, a preschool-age child will watch between 22 and 26 hours of television a week. At any time, day or night, preschoolers make up 22% of the television viewing audience.
Now, when these children watch television, do they see it in the same way that we as adults do, or are they affected differently than adults?
Children view television in a vastly different manner than adults do. In fact, until a child is about the age of 7, he cannot differentiate between fantasy and reality as it deals with the television. It's like you've turned on the TV is when you open the drapes to your living room window and sit them down and let them view their neighbors. And they see what's happening outside. In fact, I was watching TV when I was about 2 years old and turned it on, and Lassie went running into a burning barn. And those words came on the screen that we've all come to hate, "to be continued."
Oh, yeah.
And I was crying and very upset.
I think he's got like fake teeth or something. Something's up with his mouth. I can't put my finger on it.
Because I believed it was real. I could not comprehend fantasy. And so he finally faked a phone call to the TV producers to make sure she was okay, and that took care of it.
And then you thought Lassie was okay because he supposedly called the producer.
Yeah, to make sure.
But what you're saying, Phil, is that the children cannot differentiate between that being a cartoon and fantasy. They think it actually represents a form of reality to them.
Yeah, and no matter how much you try to explain it to them, it's developmentally beyond their capabilities to understand. Have you ever tried to tell a 3-year-old kid, we'll do it tomorrow? They're back an hour later pulling on your pant leg going, is it tomorrow yet?
All right.
It's beyond their capabilities to understand time.
So, being that children look at these things as reality, how do they view a commercial?
Well, they view commercials as public service announcements.
As though it's a happening that's really true.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I think what we ought to do right now is show a commercial or two. We've got a couple from Masters of the Universe and also from Cookie Crisp. Let's watch those and we'll talk about those right now.
You know, I never had Cookie Crisp.
Evil fog. Cyclone, use your whirling powers to investigate. Around and around I go. We a whirlwind. Design Cyclone. With fist that fly. You can't stop my whole evil army. When Cyclone spins, evil never wins.
Cyclone, new from the Masters of the Universe collection. Each toy sold separately from Mattel.
A copter over a Cookie Crisp. It's the Cookie Crisp.
Just checking the traffic. Cookie Crook, this scheme to get Cookie Crisp isn't taking off.
Who can blame me? It looks like little chocolate chip cookies.
But Cookie Crisp cereal stays crispy in milk, and it's part of this complete breakfast. Well, Cookie Crook, it's time you started a new career.
Yeah, this one's definitely winding down. If you like cookies...
Now, Phil, you're saying that as the children watch these cartoons or these commercials, they're influenced by what they see.
Oh, yeah. Children, you see it on Saturday morning. They become glued to the television set. In fact, television reacts on a physical body much like an addictive drug. It brings you in a depressed state, and you're watching it in this depressed state. You've heard the terms glued to the television.
Sure.
You know, that type of thing. But it's a physical reaction from your brain.
So now, you're saying that the commercial ties also together with the toys, because we saw the Masters of the Universe, this Cyclone character that's just come out.
What I'm trying to show through these commercials is that when a child watches these about 30 times during a Saturday, he is programmed by the companies to be an advocate for their product. And that's when an intelligent mother walks out and buys a box of cereal that's over 50% sugar and feeds it to her kids, knowing full well that kid's going to bounce off the walls in 20 minutes.
Because the child is going to be on her case and say, "Mama, I want to eat Cookie Crisp," until she finally gets it.
Oh, yeah. You've never seen a commercial, cereal commercial for children during the Super Bowl or during 6 o'clock news. They don't care if you ever see it because they create an advocate within your home. Now, if they can do that with 30-second commercials, think what they can do with 30-minute cartoons.
Okay, now let's go for a second. Here's a box of cereal, and there's little characters on here. Rainbow Bright. Does this tie with any toys that are out?
Oh, yeah. They're starting to license a lot of the cereals to link with toys. And so it creates a greater desire for the toy and the cereal and other licensed products.
And here's another one, G.I. Joe. And we know that a lot of his characters are out right now. And the G.I. Joe characters are getting occultic too, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We're seeing this more and more, and we'll show some of their characters a little later to show you just how occultic G.I. Joe is going. I think what we'd like to ask right now, Phil, is there any kind of character that the girls can relate to?
Well, there is, and her name...
This just in, at the UFC White House event tonight, one of the fighters yelled out during a post-interview that Michelle Obama is a man.
Because when a child watches the cartoon, they no longer, as we said in the first show, project themselves with their imagination into the toy and give it life, character, abilities, and talents and set the surrounding around it. They've been programmed by the cartoon to play with the toy in a certain manner. And so if the cartoon says that a character has occult powers, then when the child plays with the toy, he is going to use that toy to cast spells or do whatever the toy does in the cartoon. And so he's programmed to play with the toy in a certain manner.
Well, let's take a toy, for instance. Then he'll take the little He-Man, and he'll begin to yell those words by the power of Grayskull, and he'll begin to throw spells on people by his own imagination of powers, and really it gets the children looking into the occult for their powers. Is that correct?
Yeah. Creates a taste for the occult. And they play with, like Skeletor, and they levitate him, and then when they don't have the toys and they're on the playground, then they take on these characters in fantasy role-playing themselves, and they imagine themselves with these occult powers.
I got you. Well, let's go on now and show what the girls are identifying with, which is She-Ra.
Right.
Here's an opening to one of the She-Ra.
Hold on, I gotta watch this real quick. I have to. It's only right. Josh Hokett.
And lastly, Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America? And lastly,
I love Clown World. What's the best?
She-Ra cartoons, and it shows her getting her powers also. Let's go to that right now.
Adora, He-Man's twin sister and defender of the Crystal Castle. This is Spirit, my beloved steed. Fabulous secrets were revealed to me the day I held aloft my sword and said, "For the honor of Grayskull!" Only a few others share this secret. Among them are Light Hope, Madame Raz, and Cowl. Together, we and my friends of the Great Rebellion strive to free Etheria from the evil forces of Horda.
Horda, was it?
There we saw She-Ra with the same kind of, she said, by the power of Grayskull. And Phil, as I'm watching this, I'm wondering, is She-Ra as occultic, as blatantly occultic into witchcraft as He-Man?
Well, the clip we have will show that she is, in some cases, even more occultic. What we're about to show in this next clip is a mystic competition on throwing and casting spells. And I think that would be very interesting for the people to see now.
And this was taken right off TV. We didn't look for this. This was just the first thing we recorded.
Yeah, everything's been recorded.
Let's watch the competition of witchcraft here in She-Ra.
Oh, wonderful, She-Ra. Absolutely wonderful. Pardon me, noble lady. May I enter this competition?
Why, of course, my dear. In Mystical, all are welcome to compete. Please, go right ahead.
Drop ye down in one great heap. Drop ye down. Be still and sleep.
Oh, must stop her. Oh.
Oh, no! It's Shadow Weaver!
And now, my dear She-Ra, I have a surprise in store for you. Sacred words that none do know. From nameless book with mystic glow. Dimension. You fall into...
Now, I don't know about you that are watching today, but I'm absolutely shocked at what's being perpetrated on our children through these cartoons. We've just watched a mystical world called Mystical or something like that, and there's a witchcraft competition going on, and this girl, She-Ra, who is a mythical, like a goddess to the children, she's got occultic spells and incantations that are being thrown, and I mean, what are the implications of all this, Phil?
Well, it's direct link to the occult and pagan religion again. And we saw in there that She-Ra was sent to the 6th dimension. We're talking about Eastern religion. I mean, everything that has taken its basis from Hinduism and other religions like that has been added into our toys and cartoons these days.
Now, you talk about Hinduism. Would we see anything like the martial arts or you know, yoga exercises? Well, we did see yoga exercises last week in Skeletor taking that position. Let's go on to Thundercats for a moment, because I believe there's something to do with the martial arts in the Thundercats series.
Yes, they are involved in the martial arts. They're also half men, half lion. Again, the beast-man combination. Much
another
like
show I never watched.
Were half men, half beasts, or hybrids. These are half men, half lions, and they do things like communicate with the dead and have occult powers themselves.
So let's go and look at the Thundercats right now, who we saw are taken from heathen gods of the past, ancient heathen gods. Here's Thundercats.
All these cartoon clips that they're playing, they're gonna get my my stream taken down. I gotta jump ahead. Gotta be careful. What's up, Scott?
With the Thundercats, and again...
Sorry, did he say thrusting? Coming back up. Thrusting Thundercats.
You know, as we've been observing here, there were gymnastics and martial arts type of thrusting and jumping here with the Thundercats, and again, taken from Hinduism and ancient pagan symbolism. But there's also what we saw here called the sword. It has the Eye of Thundera. Can you tell me anything about what the Eye of Thundera is?
The Sword of Omens that Lion-O, the hero of this cartoon, carries is the object of the whole thing, trying to control this sword. Now, it's called the Sword of Omens, and there is an eye in the center called the Eye of Thundera. It's a red eye. And when placed to the forehead, it enables you to see into the future, to tell if there's danger around. Now, this third eye is directly from the third eye of Hinduism, and when you travel through India, you notice that that third eye is almost...
You know, it doesn't sound like that bad of a thing to have, right? Tell if there's danger ahead.
The idea that this third eye is part of everyday life, and that they should look for things in their own lifestyles that would identify with Hinduism, the occult, and mystical Eastern religions.
Creating a desire for the occult again.
I'm absolutely astounded.
And we noticed that Lion-O spoke with his dead father, as we're going to see in the next clip.
I'd like to play another video segment from the Thundercats, who are half man and half beast that we saw earlier. We saw the martial arts segment, but let's show how occultic they really can become as we look at how they get into even talking with the dead. Here's Thundercats again.
Good.
I knew those miserable Thundercats would never be able to resist an SOS from outer space. But all they're heading for is a rendezvous with extinction. And I will be rid of the Sword of Omens forever!
Evil! Evil!
Jaga! The Eye of Thundera is with you, Lion-O, the source of the Thundercats' power.
But I cannot summon it, Jaga. Shiner has sealed the eye. It sleeps, Jaga, and I cannot awaken it.
Fantastic!
Okay, Panthro, let's go. Ho!
Feel the magic, hear the roar. Thundercats are loose.
If you're seeing what I'm seeing, we're seeing this sort of omens that this Lion-O is using here. And again, it's absolutely occultic, even to something that was taken like out of Star Wars. It looks like he's talking to like Obi-Wan Kenobi, little Luke Skywalker talked to him. Here we find Lion-O talking to his dead father, Jaga. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Jaga. Phil, what is this called when they talk to the dead?
That's called necromology, and it's dealt with in Deuteronomy on a number of occasions, that this is something we're not even supposed to have in our homes.
It's an abomination to God for us to speak to spirits of the dead or dead relatives, which are really only demons masquerading as dead ones.
Right. And then he summons forth his sword, you know, and he summons it forth, and it levitates to his hand.
I couldn't believe some of the absolutely bizarre creatures there. The one was called Mumra, is that correct? Yes. Now, we have a cultic toy here that we bought in the store, which is this Mumra?
Well, it is part of Mumra. Mumra changes from a mummy that you saw on the screen to this figure right here. And Ra, again, is the sun god Ra. And this is called the ever-living evil one.
The ever-living evil one.
Yeah.
It's interesting, if I push the back of this doll, the arms begin to move, and if you put a battery in the back, the eyes will light up, and it's a real, very...
Sounds like you're trying to sell us the toy now.
Very well-made depiction of what's on the cartoon, and the children must play with this all the time.
You'll notice the intertwined serpents on his front, and they're cobras again. The cobra, again, being the symbol of demonic power and protection.
Totally amazing. I am totally wiped out by what we're seeing here. So when we talk about the sort of omens and all of these things, again, the children are taught to identify with things that are occultic. Is that correct?
Right.
Well, Phil, what would you say the scripture would be for us to share with the people who are watching today?
Well, I think probably the greatest scripture that we can share right now is 2 Corinthians 11, verse 3. It talks about Eve being deceived by the serpent's cunning or trickery or plans. And she was deceived in her mind. She was not deceived in her flesh or her spirit, in her mind. And when she was deceived in her mind by the serpent's plans, she was led astray from a pure and sincere devotion to Christ or God. Now, our children
He's got Lego hair.
wind up in the backyard sacrificing chickens to a moon god to be affected by the occult within the toys and cartoons.
And you say some have even yelled out in parking lots, He-Man is more powerful than Jesus Christ.
Right. All that has to happen is for Satan to divert them from a pure and sincere relationship to God, and he's won.
Yes.
He doesn't have to get them totally involved in the occult, although that can happen, and this creates a desire and a taste for it.
Well, let's tie this up today. I know some of you parents that are watching are already saying, I can't believe it. I let my children watch this on Saturday morning and on the weekdays, and they're totally involved with these characters. They act like them. I tell you what, you have a responsibility as a parent to stop the children from having these toys, from watching these cartoons, and we'll share later how you're responsible for that child. In the name of Jesus, I break every stronghold, and I command that Satan loses hold upon your household, and I praise God for it. Amen. See you next time.
Oh, that was it? Oh, those are part 2, huh? Alright, maybe I'll watch the rest of that in a bit. Let me see here. We'll switch it up a smidgen. There was a newer channel to me, that is, newer to me, that I wanted to give a try. He just posted today, a couple hours ago. There we go. I don't know who sent me this guy, but one of you did. Greachy, right? Oh, where's my peepers? Need my peepers. Geechee Uncharted. I snuck into a secret cult compound. Part 1. The UFO house. I didn't test stream this, but I think I'll be all right. We'll find out soon enough. All right. And I never heard of this cult, but I guess some famous people are involved with it as well. Let's learn about it, and let's be introduced to Geechee Uncharted. I like these young documentary filmmakers, young journalists, documentary and filmmakers, real go-getters.
That's me sneaking into a secret property that's owned by a notorious cult known as Ramtha. In this two-part series, I set out to investigate and infiltrate the cult's secret locations, trying to uncover more clues about their shady dealings. This all started a few weeks ago when I learned about the Ramtha cult. This cult has 86,000 members, including famous actresses Salma Hayek and Shirley MacLaine.
Salma Hayek.
Founded in 1988, The school is mainly focused around the concept that human beings have the capacity to utilize their inner wisdom, focus their brains, and create their own reality.
What is your most important message that you want everyone on this planet to hear, to know? Is there one?
That which is termed as it were indeed God, which has been misunderstood, which I've been taught to live outside of your being, is within.
Did you see those crazy eyes? Look at those crazy eyes.
Which I've been taught to live outside of your being.
Right there. Right there. Those are crazy eyes. Ooh, give me shivers.
Is within your being. And that which is called Christ is within your being.
It is also linked to heavy conspiracies regarding the New Age, occult, and the apocalypse. So, I decided that the best way to uncover evidence would be to infiltrate the cult's secret properties and compound, and bring the first on-the-ground footage of these mysterious locations. Before I could infiltrate the compound itself, I'd need to scout out the property and get an idea of what I was up against.
Sure.
I am only 5 minutes away from the official Ramtha cult compound. Looks like I'm about to be entering the town of Yelm. That's the town that this cult had essentially taken over. Ramtha's School of Enlightenment. There's the sign. And here we are. There's cameras. Okay, that looks weird in there.
This property was huge and very well secured, with mysterious walls and fences surrounding the whole place.
They got some old like wall thing, then another gate there. Oh yeah, look at this barbed wire fence, dude. Look at these cameras, Jesus Christ. They have this thing locked down, man. I think these houses are like part of the compound though. Razor wire fence, dude. Man, this property is huge. Look how far down it stretches. Like, yeah, this is like a secret road right here. I don't know, boys. Are we gonna be able to infiltrate this property?
I decided to drive around the entire perimeter and begin scouting out possible entry points.
I checked this road. It might be a better alternative. Looks like I found some sort of wooden sheds. This thing reeks of hantavirus.
The Ramtha cult property is right there. That white fence there, and there's barbed wire before that. And I see a camera pole too. This thing is pretty heavily guarded. One thing I know is before I actually get into that compound, I want to get some drone shots of it. And I don't have a drone yet, but I will be able to get one in the next week or two. That being said, there are rumors that this cult actually has multiple bunkers just strewn throughout the woods out here. What the cult does is it encourages its members to essentially build doomsday bunkers, and people build them on their private properties. And there's a lot of private properties around here that have those bunkers, some up for sale. If I'm gonna sneak into this compound, it's gonna have to be later at night. It was way too risky for me to try and infiltrate this compound in the daylight. I'd need to wait until dark. In the meantime, I decided to venture out into the surrounding mountains in search of the cult's lost bunkers, and after, sneak into one of the cult's most mysterious properties, the infamous UFO house.
So I've been driving through Ramtha territory now for a bit. There's definitely a few houses here and there, but this area is just so remote, and these woods are so dense and thick. You hear rumors about how many bunkers are actually hidden in all these woods, and just look at all that. Alright, it's getting weird. When's the last time anybody's even been on this road? What the hell? Yeah, we got something here, boys. Doesn't look like a bunker to me, though. Definitely looked interesting from afar, but there's no bunker here.
I studied a section of these mountains where I believed one or more of these bunkers to be located. I decided that now was the time to begin my search for the lost bunkers of Ramtha. I'm in the mountains of the Ramtha cult right now. So a lot of people who live in these mountains here, they're actually members of the cult. Now rumor has it that in these surrounding hills, there are many of these doomsday bunkers. Some are maybe abandoned, some not so much. There are a few that have popped up here and there, short Reddit clips, Instagram videos, but there's no solid location for any of them. And so, in order to find them, you gotta come out here yourself. I'm in the Pacific Northwest, so I'm guessing it's probably gonna be raining all day. I'm just following this old road right now. You can't drive up here. There's a gate blocking it. Looks like there's a bunch of little side roads in this area. If this bunker is gonna be anywhere, it's not gonna be on the main road where people will be hiking a lot, but down one of these small overgrown roads hidden in the forests. Really gotta keep my eyes peeled in these bushes as I'm going through. If I were to build a doomsday survival bunker, I would not have it be very easy to find. So there's side roads, and then there's side roads upon side roads. This is just kind of like a maze of logging roads. I can't fly a drone in this weather, nor would it really help all that much, given how thick these forests are. Looks like I found some evidence of humans here. Amazon, of course.
Probably a bunch of ticks in that box. It was dropped from a drone, huh? Maybe.
And beer cans. God, it is really coming down right now, man. I'm already soaked and I've only been walking out here like 20 minutes. So my jacket's waterproof. That's a good thing. But my pants, they are not. But my feet are completely soaked too. This tall grass here kind of absorbs all the water. And then when you walk through it, your feet get soaked. Even though I don't know where this bunker is, I do have a few clues as to where it is. For one, I know it's in an area where there's large trees. Kind of like those trees over there, unless they got cut down recently. Fucking little baby trees. Besides that, I know it's on public land, which is where I am right now, public land. I'm in a public area. And I also know that it's apparently about an hour hike to get there. But I don't know from where the starting point is. Without that extra info, it's definitely kind of like finding a needle in a haystack. And because this area has been logged and it's been cut down before, like when the environment grows again, it's shit. You can't walk through it, there's no animals. Check this out. Somebody built a fire here. Seattle Marijuana Company. Well, they didn't want that to burn. Speaking of animals, I should probably keep my eyes peeled. These mountains are swarming with coyotes, with mountain lions, and with black bears. Because it's springtime right now, May, the black bears, they've come out of hibernation. And I've heard they're pretty hungry. Some guy actually got killed by a bear out in Glacier National Park like a few days ago.
Little fact, black bears are the ones that usually won't attack humans because they're scared. But the other ones, those are the ones you gotta be scared of. I live near the Adirondacks, so I know those things. I guess.
May not be the next victim. As I'm saying that, the road starts to become even more scary into the woods. God, these woods are kind of scary, man. What's this? It's a black pipe. Is there anything in there? Absolutely nothing. What if this pipe leads to the bunker? The road's starting to get a little rough here. Gotta do parkour.
Nature parkour.
My feet are so soaked, man. I'm just expecting them to be soaked for like the rest of the day. See, now there's even another crossroads. This one here, that looks like it really would lead to a bunker. And then this one here that kind of looks like it would lead to a bunker. Let's go with kind of first. What bird is that? Oh.
You know, this is a two-part documentary here. I'm already seeing a lot you get to cut out and just made it one part. Or one video. Gotta stretch it out, huh?
I can't even tell. Why are you yelling at me? Is it warning me if I just start a side quest? Let me check over here. That's a spiky.
One 45-minute video, but instead he's gonna go for 2 30 minutes.
Looks like the road continues. All right, sounds to me like there's a creek down there. If somebody's gonna build a doomsday bunker, they're gonna want to build it next to a creek. One of these roads here that leads down pretty close to the creek, I imagine those are like strong candidates as to where it is. But this
I
one,
wonder if I have any doomsday bunkers in my area.
this one doesn't lead anywhere. I'm gonna go back up and follow the other one.
Stop filming the birds.
More of those birds. I think they're just crows. So this is the way I came. Let's go back. Now it's like when I step foot in this area, like specifically, like this area right here, it just activates the crow caw quest line. All right, this was the other road. I said this kind of looks like it has a shut up.
trying to fucking talk. They're like even more mad when I started pointing at this one. What, is there something down there? I probably shouldn't be so mean to the wildlife because if I like fall and break my leg, they're gonna be the first ones to eat me.
This kid's autistic.
I've gotta go down this road. Oh boy. What is all this stuff right here? Sundown M Ranch. What the fuck does that mean? Timber harvest boundary. Yeah, I've seen these before. Well, I don't really think there's anything down here. So what are you tripping for? All right, it's enough bullshitting. It's like I'm back on the main road. Damn. They logged the shit out of this area. It's a big ass open field. They kind of, you don't really see this a whole lot out here. That's interesting. I could either cross this and go up and then go like around and down into these woods, or I could just go across these woods pretty much like right here and go off trail a little bit. I think I'm gonna do that. That sounds more fun and it might take less time. Okay, this way. Looks like I gotta cross this creek thing right here. Well, this is kind of just a vertical drop past that tree right there, so scratch that. I'm gonna go around this. Shit, it's like a creek right here. Gotta jump it. It's starting to really come down again. There was a brief break, not anymore. Dude, I'm going back on the road. I'm done with these off-roading shit. Yeah, wait a minute. That's fresh bear poop.
Is it? How does one tell if it's bear shit?
A lot of it too. Does that mean he's gonna be hungry? I just fell in this like prehistoric mud and it got all over my shoes.
Prehistoric
and now it won't
mud.
come off and my shoes feel like 2 times heavier. Oh, and the birds are back. Yeah, shut up already. I really can't see where I'm about to be stepping. That was almost really stupid.
I'm just scrolling a little bit, looking through the video. Looks like he dicks around in the woods for, Jesus, about another 10 minutes. 10 more minutes of dicking around in the woods. I won't skip ahead. It's the first time we're really watching one of his videos, so we gotta give him a fair shake. But it looks like he finally finds something towards the end of the video. I have to remember to play part 2 next time I stream. By the way, won't be here next Sunday. Father's Day weekend, my sister's in town. So I gotta go spend some family time. But maybe Monday, next Monday, possibly. No promises, but maybe. Just throwing that out there. Hillbillies are gonna take that Twink's booty. Oh boy. I've seen it 100 times before.
Good. Rule of thumb for the rest of the mission. Just stay on the roads. My fucking ass shoes untied. Let's keep going this way. You guys hear that flowing? That's that creek. I was basically trying to cross this, which is a stupid idea. Looks like we got more crossroads here. Alright, looks like this one's the most promising. Wait, see something over there. Oh, it's gone. I think it was deer. They're like frolicking in the field. Well, what do you think? Did the deer mark the bunker? Oh shit, look at that. What's he doing?
Flying, maybe?
Huh. Looks like there's like 2 potential side roads again. The deer went down this way, but what's over here? Oh, this is just a dead end. Now it's time we check the more scary one. This road like looked scary from back there, but now that I'm on it, it just looks like beautiful. Sun beating through and the little raindrops are coming in. Almost looks magical. I think this is just another dead end. It really looks a lot like that last one too. Back to these crossroads. The best thing for me to do now is I'm gonna go up this road and it kind of goes around instead of just going directly back to the car. I'm running out of daylight and there is something else that I want to do today before the sunlight runs out. Looks to me like another hill climb. The sole for a shoe. Like a woman's. Just had to turn around when I was climbing up because look at that view.
a lot of woods.
That is something. As much as I want to keep going down this road, I'm running out of daylight, and it's looking promising, but the farther I go, the farther I get from the car from here. So we're gonna head back down there, and we're gonna go to a very interesting spot. Let me tell you about it.
I passed by this old quarry on the way back. It was interesting, but there was no bunker. However, now it was time to dig even deeper into this mysterious cult.
8.3 miles. I just hiked 8.3 miles. I'm gonna have like 20 minutes to rest while I'm driving out to this next spot. Let's do it, man. I got limited daylight. Well, this is about as close as I can take my car to the UFO house. There's only one issue with this UFO house, and that is that I'm pretty sure somebody bought it.
The UFO house is a futuristic estate built by Rebecca Oppenheimer, an avid follower of the Ramtha cult.
So I'm really not too sure if they have any correlation with the big Robbie himself, but if they are, it's pretty weird.
It's nicknamed Merkaba, meaning a multi-dimensional energy field. It's theorized that the property features an underground bunker system and is a prominent gathering place for the Ramtha cult. I decided to sneak onto this property and investigate it for myself.
But the downside to that is I don't know if they're going to be home. Because if someone's home and I pull up like this, it's not going to end very well. So I got to be real careful and real stealthy once I get up there. Looks like I'm at some crossroads here. Some tire tracks. People were driving. Looks like I just heard a gunshot. Could have been pretty far out there, but I don't think that's not where I'm going. I hear like a helicopter. It's flying really low. I didn't know I had 5 stars already. Shit. It's like right there. Oh, there's 2. It's starting to rain. This might just work out in my favor. Keep the people indoors if they do so happen to be there. I just got jump scared by a deer. Looks to me like a massive logging operation. Wait, what is that? I wonder if that's the property. Look how green that grass is. Link bell. Forestry. Damn. Got the smell of fresh timber. Shit, dude, it's right there. Right above these trees. Fuck it, I gotta run. I gotta get into this bush. This is my chance. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Let's do this. I am camped out right outside of the house, the UFO house. Let's plan out how we're gonna do this. I think the rain's starting again. It's time we get up there. The rain's picking up even harder. This is an open field, but there's no roads. I don't think they'd be coming out this way. Wait, there's a building like right there. I'm right outside the house. It's right there. It's right there. I don't see any cameras. I really can't tell if anybody's home. We gotta get down there. See any cameras. Just gotta be really careful. Definitely a tricky spot from here. I'm so exposed if somebody happens to be walking out. If not, I'm fine. I really gotta be able to find out if there's cars parked. If there's no cars parked, then nobody's here. Spikies. Ow. I hate spiky bushes. And there's a wet floor thing.
My plan to investigate these guest houses would soon be put into jeopardy.
I have to crawl. Fuck this shit. I can't see where I'm crawling. I'm gonna have to, like, emerge out of this shit. It's gonna be so loud. Here, let me take the bag off. We gotta crawl through this hole. Right here.
No.
Let's go back. I just heard something.
Oh. I was hearing voices and movement coming from the guest houses.
There's people here. Okay, I know there's people here. I heard them. I gotta think about how I want to do this. I think I need to go around these houses here. I hear somebody. I gotta get out of this spot.
I'd have to be extremely quiet going through these woods, as I had no clue if someone was right around the corner.
You gotta have balls of steel to do shit like this, and if you think someone's home. I'd turn right around. Maybe he's just making it up for the camera.
This is sketch. Let's go. Now I know there's somebody chilling at the guest house. What do I do from here? I think this building I'm seeing here is the guest house. The UFO house is over this way. So there's people in the guest house, but are there people in the UFO house? We gotta go find out. I think I'm gonna have to like run across this field. Oh shit. What the fuck?
I was now within reach of my ultimate goal, the UFO house.
What the hell? Whoa. What is that? I don't know if that's supposed to be the driveway or not. Holy shit. Like a pipe. I don't want to fuck with their pipe. The house is crazy, bro.
Wonder how much weird shit happened at that house.
There's people in this house. All they gotta do is look out their window right now, and I'm cooked. What is this?
What up, Gravy? It did look like a camera.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'd say it's a cam.
Okay, we gotta go, bro. I gotta get inside this thing.
He spots a camera and his immediate thought is, I gotta get inside this thing. Balls. Kid's got balls. I like him. door handle.
Dude, there's no lamp. What the fuck is this thing? There's nothing under here. That camera looks huge. I can't go in front of it. I gotta go around it. I have to follow this road. I have to. Okay. Solar panels. Is it just me? Or is this an underground bunker? Look at these.
Could very well be.
I know these things. I've seen them. I've seen them in abandoned bunkers, and they're solar panels. So they're trying to power some shit.
We're gonna have to, after this one wraps up, take a look at his channel. See what else he's got.
Look. Yeah, look. Another one. There's like hills. Look. You see this?
Okay, that's, yeah. There's something underneath that.
I've got to climb up this shit, dude. There's a statue up here. And there's a light on. And another light.
I had to climb up this hill, see the statue, and observe the UFO house.
I'm soaked. What the fuck is this?
Nigga, you been soaked.
There's another one. I'm in this statue's ass. I don't see anybody.
Last 5 minutes of this.
There's no cars. I gotta get off this shit.
Then we gotta wait for part 2.
What the fuck am I doing? This is so stupid.
as big as this place is, I'm surprised there's not cameras just kind of everywhere. This is a secret cult compound. Something I never heard of. I didn't even get the name of it. Nothing in the comments. But it was up for sale and somebody bought it and he was trying to scope it out. It's called the UFO House.
Normal room. What's this? I'm not clever. It's a home office. Another door. It's locked. Oh shit, there's water. I can't see in there. You guys can. There's a water bottle. Go, go, go. If I get caught up here, I'm so fucked. Fucking sound.
It's a wind chime. Jeez.
I think that might be an alarm.
Sounds like a wind chime.
I gotta make this fast. We gotta go. That's an alarm. I think. That just started when I got up here. Let's go. Come on. We gotta get back to my car. Wait. Look, there's a camera. This way.
You're freaking out, man. You're freaking out.
UFO house infiltrated. Fuckers. Sorry for like poor lighting, but I definitely had to do this in low light. Yeah, I was unaware of cameras or anything, so I wanted to make it really quick. I'll turn the brightness up in the footage so you guys can see it better. Dude, it is pissing so hard. Holy cow. I am like genuinely soaked to the bone.
All right,
Oh,
part
this seat's gonna
one.
be so wet, I don't care.
Tonight's the night. We are about to sneak in to the
Oh, he brought a chick with him.
the compound itself, the active compound, the headquarters of the entire Ramtha cult.
We've entered one of the structures right now. This is so weird.
All right. Okay. I mean, I'll keep an eye out for part two. No doubt about it. All right. I know he's checked out some other things, other abandoned places. I think he had went to one of Epstein's places. I think I want to say the Zorro Ranch, but we'll take a look in a minute. I gotta take a leak, and I'm gonna grab another beer. Figure I'll hang out for about another hour or so. But let me go take a wee. Hang tight. Background music here. Just a little slow music. All right, I'll be right back. Give me a minute. 1 minute. Una minute. Una más. Or whatever. I feel better. Let's see here. Okay. GT Uncharted. Am I saying that right? Alright, let's check out another one of his another one of his videos here. Alright. I got stranded on a private island. I went back to the Epstein cave. Illegal tunnels. I found a secret tunnels underneath abandoned chemical lab. Paranormal encounter in the back rooms of an abandoned mall. Jeffrey Epstein's Zora Ranch legally threatened me. You know, it's funny. A lot of these guys who do this abandoned place infiltration, whatever videos, they seem to be getting these legal letters. I know that guy named Dancer got something sent too, because he was snooping around one of Epstein's places. And Bohemian Grove, I think they sent him a letter. Exploring Cold War missile silo. I found lost caves in a magical forest. Where's the Zora Ranch thing? Another Bohemian Grove. Let me search Epstein. Zora Ranch. This video says I went back to the Epstein cave, but where's the first time you went? Maybe he took it down. Well, all right. Guess I'll check it out, though.
That's me about to go inside of the Epstein Cave, near Jeffrey Epstein's Zora Ranch in New Mexico. I saw this cave in a property neighboring Zora Ranch back when I snuck into the property. I didn't explore it then, but now, due to user request, I'm back to finally see what is inside of this cave. Along the way, I uncovered more secrets of this mysterious land in this episode of Geechee Uncharted. Welcome back to Geechee Uncharted. I'm out here in the mountains of New Mexico right now. This place might look a little bit familiar to you. That's because about 6-7 miles in that direction is Jeffrey Epstein's Zora Ranch. Last time I was in New Mexico, I snuck into Jeffrey Epstein's ranch. I took a very long route to get there. I ended up passing through all kinds of different terrain and private properties. There's one thing I saw out there that stuck out to me and to the audience. A mysterious cave in a property neighboring Jeffrey Epstein's. This same property had a strange compound, just a huge, massive compound. And then, at the same time, several strange wooden platforms. They almost look like stages to me. At the time, I was hours deep into my mission. It was approaching dusk. I had to get up to Jeffrey Epstein's Zora Ranch, so I was unable to actually go and explore this cave. Now I've decided to come back because I need to see what's inside that cave. Well, it's gonna be dark in about 3 hours. Sun's still pretty high up there. And I'm actually hitting this property from an angle that I didn't previously hit it. I might even see some new things previously unseen. Is a top priority right now that I'm not seen on this property. Now, what's this? No trespassing, turn back now. It's a grim warning. Okay, we got something up here, boys. What is it? All right. It's like a locked gate. Some kind of a little water tank over there. I just don't get what's so special about this place. I kind of got a feeling I'm gonna get shot if they see me. What is this thing, dude? It's like a ring of tires. And they're all tied together with copper wiring. And then there's a ditch. And it just kind of seems like more of the same. Huh. That's so weird. Let's keep pressing. Seeing something here. Kind of looks like a little rock quarry to me. What is this? Huh. Is this? This looks like pottery. What's that symbol? Maybe you guys might know what it is. Neat. More pottery. This is, yeah, clay pottery. And there's like a little poorly made primitive shed. There's a box. Nothing in there. A wooden stool. And a tub. I think this is tissues. A lighter. Dude, this is probably bone. This is like a skull. What the hell? Just a lot more of that. And more pottery.
Probably just a place where stoners go.
A jar. Who knows what?
Looked like there was still some liquid in there. Take a sip.
Shell casings.
Corn cob?
Okay, that's just like a little corn cob. I thought that might have been something else. Okay, I think I found, yeah, that's like pretty much everything in here. All right. What about this? Empty. And this? Empty. These are like, what, furnaces? Old stoves?
Yeah.
Thought there might have been something under here, but just dirt. I just really wonder when's the last time anybody was here.
Does that say 1980? Yeah. Denise Lynch. Who dat?
Denise Lynch, 1980.
Who dat?
June 4th. What are these? These are... Dude, look, that's a raven.
Oh, cool.
These are birds carved into this. It's actually beautiful artwork. I'm gonna go ahead and move on from this stuff now. Could be completely unrelated to Epstein or the cave or anything.
Probably.
I think this is a company that owns this shit. Pretty wide open, nothing in sight. I did a quick scan with the scope, surveyed the surrounding area. I'm not seeing much of anything out here in terms of infrastructure, or more importantly, vehicles. I think I'm good to proceed further. I am liking this terrain here. It's much more open. If a car comes, I will be able to have enough reaction time to get into the bush. Looks like we got another gate here. It's like doesn't even have a no trespassing sign. Honestly, if I were to come across someone out here, I will admit that I will be a little bit surprised. There's some concrete pillars over there to the right. Looks like another gate up here. God, this stretch of road right here is just so exposed. If a truck ambushes me, I'm so cooked. Check that out over there. It's another one of those solar panels. I saw them last time when I was on the way to Epstein's ranch. I'm guessing we must be on that same property by now.
He must have taken that Epstein Ranch video down. Hold on a minute. Go back to this. Where's that? Oh, here it is. Legally threaten me. Alright. Check that out after this.
Where the cave is and probably that compound. I think I'm seeing the backside of that strange compound thing right there. So I think from this point I'm gonna start pushing it off trail. Apparently there's a fair population of rattlesnakes out here in New Mexico, so probably gotta be pretty careful when I'm walking through this grass. It's not like I have much of a choice anyway. Can't risk walking on those roads right now. I'm actually seeing a structure right now over there that I was not able to see very well from another angle. Sort of just looking to me like a set of stables for horses. That silver compound thing is over in that direction. All right, boys, we got a vehicle. Shit. What's it doing? A white truck was driving around the property. Definitely a vehicle, boys. Fuck. Where's he going?
I don't see shit.
What direction's he going?
Oh, I see it now.
Fuck.
He's going away from you.
I think we gotta keep pressing. Traveling off trail out here in the desert, it's a little bit slower. It's a lot safer, especially considering there's people driving around on those roads. What's this? Why am I always running into like weird stuff out here, even when I'm off trail? Let's go check it out. This just looks like a wheelbarrow. It's super old too. Ah, great. Another road. Fuck this. I'm not trying to get pulled up on. I'm debating climbing up this hill to get a better point of view on him. He can just as easily see me up there, more so than down here. These little dried up creek beds actually provide me with like perfect cover. This is like the 5th or maybe 6th ditch that I've had to just go up and down. It's tough, but it's 100% worth it. And we're definitely coming up on this cave now. We are getting very close now to the cave. We're getting very close indeed. I don't know where that white car went. I can't get the proper angle. He shouldn't be able to see me from here. I have a choice now. I can either follow the same road that I followed last time when I found the cave, or I can just stick off trail, off the road, play it a little bit safer, and just like pull up to the cave and run across that road. Because now I know, you know, they patrol these roads. Isn't that great? It's another one of these trenches, and it's pretty deep. I'm just gonna say, fuck it, let's go down this shit. It's gonna be a slide. I wonder how that looked on film. Alright, actually, so the cave is that direction. It's like right there. I think it's between those two walls. Because up there is that tree where I rested. Issue, there's a road here. And that car could easily come up this road and just see me in this wide open plain. Unless I just literally book it that direction. Oh, this ground's like uneven. Cave's just up there. I'm almost to the Epstein cave. Looks like we got something up here. Old can. Oh boy, I see it. That's it. The Epstein cave. Here's this old road. I remember. Super overgrown. What's inside there, bro? This place is weird, bro. Whoa.
Yeah, I'd hard pass going into a cave. That's just me, though. Bet you a lot of rape's been going on there. Oh no, my mom can't afford lotion for her bows. Oh no. What are we gonna do? I'll go to Walmart tomorrow, Mom. Jeez. You know how I like to lean on the banister and yell at the browner people passing by? I know, Ma, I know.
This is it?
That's it? Uneventful.
2 entrances? It's kind of crazy. Look at this. Oh, yeah. Basically 2 entrances.
Alright, that was the Epstein Cave. All done. Much love, Mom.
This is neat. Oh, that's a cool view. I guess if one of Epstein's victims ever managed to escape and they somehow made it out here to this cave, they could find some temporary refuge. I think what I'm most curious about is if this cave was natural or man-made.
I don't know.
Seeing a lot of rat droppings. Just looking around. I'm not seeing much like of anything man-made for the most part. That's the thing. I'm not seeing anything man-made. It almost looks like this was once a tunnel. And it like went over here. That's completely dug in though. You guys see that? Get a closer look. Yeah. I don't know if this was like collapsed or what, but see all the rat droppings? Like pack rats? Or some kind of rodent? Yeah, it took a while to get out here. I'll probably chill here for a minute. Not a bad chill spot, you know? Not bad whatsoever. Wasn't too much in this cave, but it was very necessary that I
had to do it. Okay, wait. So he got a letter claiming that Epstein's Zorro Ranch legally threatened him. So he must have taken the video down. Unfortunately, we didn't watch it, and I didn't even watch it on my own. Let's hear if he mentions that he took it down.
Okay, so this is coming from the San Rafael Ranch in Santa Fe County, New Mexico, aka Jeffrey Epstein's Zorro Ranch. So, Mr. So-and-so, trespass upon private property in New Mexico. This firm represents the owner of the San Rafael Ranch in Santa Fe County, New Mexico. We write to demand the immediate removal of content you have published that evidences your trespass onto our client's private property.
Son of a bitch. Should have downloaded it. Motherfucker.
On or about April 2nd, 2026, you posted to your public YouTube channel of Geechee Uncharted a video titled, I Snuck Into Jeffrey Epstein's Zorro Ranch. The video documents your unauthorized entry and presence on the property, which constitutes trespass. More troublingly, the video serves as an instructional guide for others seeking to duplicate your unlawful conduct. Indeed, since your video was posted, there has been a marked uptick in the number of people trying to trespass onto the property.
Whoops.
Our client hereby demands that you immediately remove this video from your YouTube channel and from every other platform or social media site on which you have posted or shared it. Additionally, our client demands that you remove all promotional posts, stories, links, or other content related to the video from all of your social media accounts. All such content must be removed on or before April 20th. Failure to comply with these demands will result in our client pursuing all available legal remedies, including the filing of a civil lawsuit against you for trespassing, seeking damages for the costs my client has incurred and will continue to incur, implementing additional security measures to combat the rise in trespassing provoked by your video, and a restraining order to prohibit you from further trespassing. Yeah, it's legit. From Hush Blackwell.
Alright, well now we know. Now we know it went bye-bye. Somebody may have mirrored it, but I'm not gonna go digging. Alright, I think one more abandoned search video. And then I'm gonna call it. We haven't watched an Exploring with Josh really since the first time we stumbled on this guy. But he uploaded one today. Just 9 hours ago. And it looks pretty cool. Aside of him being a complete dork, he does find some pretty cool places. Exploring Area 51 Supermax prisons. Police left everyone to die. Abandoned with power. I don't know. Let's learn about it. With our favorite dweeb.
By the end, it had become one of the most expensive prisons.
Oh my god. This is embarrassing. Not really. Alright. Last one before I'm out of here. Exploring with Josh.
If Area 51 was a prison, it'd look something like this. Built in the middle of nowhere and hidden from the public eye, Tam Supermax became one of the most feared prisons in America. Executions were held here. The state's worst inmates were sent here.
This is a Supermax prison. There's no way it's gonna be easy to get in or out.
Here we are, inside the entire security system area where all the guards would be watching everyone.
Wow, there's even x-rays. Oh my god. This is nuts. It's creepy, man.
Oh, looks like a movie set.
I'm freaking out in here. I hate to explore alone sometimes in places like this. It freaks me out. I'm blasting this.
You know what? I'm gonna grab one more PBR. Fuck it. One more PBR.
Alright, so these were their cells. You would sit in here for 23 hours a day.
Today,
the gates are open. For the first time, we're stepping inside one of America's most infamous forgotten prisons.
So, I guess putting a maximum security prison in the middle of nowhere is the best thing to do. We don't even know if we're gonna get in. That's the other thing. Most people don't want to go into a prison. This prison...
I'm sorry, did this asshole say he was just exploring this alone and I just saw the arm of another person? Liar!
It's like a Walking Dead prison, and it is pretty freaking cool. Let's see what happens. All right, guys, we are rolling up. There's no sign of the prison, though, anywhere, but it's here. All right, I mean, we're right under the tower, so if the tower doesn't collapse, our cars are good. This is like trying to get out of Alcatraz, by the way, except no water, though, but it's crazy.
What makes Tam so unsettling isn't just that it was a prison, it's that it was built specifically for isolation. The prison CMAX unit opened in 1998 and was designed for inmates considered the most dangerous in Illinois. Prisoners often spent 23 hours a day alone in concrete cells, with meals, medical care, and most daily activities brought directly to them.
That's wild that there's still power here. Like, it must have, like, recently been abandoned.
Human contact was intentionally minimized. The prison...
Like, I don't know how recently, but within a year?
Quickly became controversial.
How does he find all these places? There must be like a subreddit he goes on. Although he does have a decent... Oh, he's got a nice following, actually. He's got just about 5 million. So he's probably got a lot of people sending him all sorts of shit.
Lawsuits, prison watchdog groups, and human rights organizations argued that years of near-total isolation caused severe psychological harm. A federal judge even described the conditions as imposing drastic limitations on human contact. Tams housed Illinois' execution facility before the state abolished the death penalty. Only one execution ever took place there, Andrew Kokorolias in 1999. The prison only operated for about 15 years before closing in 2013 due to its enormous operating costs and growing.
2013, and there's still power? I don't know. I'm retarded.
Criticism. By the end, it had become one of the most expensive prisons in Illinois, while often operating far below capacity.
I'm just picturing like landmines would have been down here, just blowing people up, trying to escape. And if you look behind the prison,
you're an idiot.
It's a huge like dirt, like wall, like mountain. Oh yeah, look at it, there is a road. Look at all that barbed wire. It's relaxing. I mean, it's cloudy, it's rainy. This is the perfect vibe to be doing this, to be honest. Now that section right there is the minimum security. They only had 3 buildings, and that's the only actual basketball courts and recess or whatever you guys want to call it. They're the only ones that had it, but we're not going in there. This is what this place was built for and known for, and it's the maximum security. They gave this section an entire nickname for how much security was in it. And apparently, and this is very true, we're not even in yet, but first off, I hear power running, so there's power here, but apparently they housed one patient, so to hold one prisoner here per year, it was $60,000, when at any other prison you could be at, it's only $20,000. So it was so much money to house people here that's why this place closed in pretty much 15 years. The government was like, wait a minute, this is way too much money for us. This is not good. We have to shut this place down. The inside's mint. Power's inside everything. People want to just auction it off, but the thing is, we're in the middle of nowhere. What are you gonna put here? Literally, this thing's wide open. You can just walk right in. The doors are even open right through here. How do people even escape that?
You don't.
You know, you see on the news, like, people escape this stuff. I'm like, how do you do that? Look at those huge cameras up there. These were like all the cell blocks, like just a little bit of a small window so you can see some light. In my opinion, this is the Area 51 prison of the United States.
Oh, you nicknamed it. Ah.
The 1980s and 90s, I guess a lot of violence was picking up in the United States. So this prison is one of many called the Supermax trend. But this was the most violent and most strictest one of all of them right here. It's nuts because in like the 2000s, lawyers and family members would come in here and they're all putting lawsuits on everyone because it was inhumane. Again, we've just been doing a huge like lap around this whole place. This door looks like it's broken, like wide open almost. Let's check it. Oh, it could have been a leaf. Yeah. Oh, yeah, see? You just know, you can feel it. Like, you just know the door's open. Wow.
I don't know if this goes to anything. It could just be this.
Nah, dude, this is going somewhere. Let's just see if there's even a way through the vent here.
Good evening, Danny.
It might just be roof access.
Maybe there's a way through the roof that brings you inside.
Something that looks like a sensor on this, but I don't know.
Maybe we shouldn't then. Well, it was open. So we're on the roof now, still trying to find a way in. Every single door is pretty much sealed, and as it should be. I mean, realistically, this is a Supermax prison. There's no way it's gonna be easy to get in or out. This is really hard. Okay. No, this is different.
Staircase.
This is a real one. All right, now we're actually.
All right, send it in there.
Now we're okay.
I didn't think they'd have a roof access. What's the point of the ones on the outside?
No idea.
I know.
We're gonna see if this door is actually unlocked though. All right, we're good.
Like the lights are they're just on all the time. Strange. Maybe they turn it on before they went down there. Danny says, I used to watch this guy. Yeah, I've watched 2 videos, and I think they were on stream. And I haven't popped my head back over on his channel till now. I've been in a abandoned exploring content mood, so pretty much that's all I've been doing so far tonight.
Yo, this place is scary. See, I don't know which door is open or locked. This one's safe though.
Yeah, this one's safe.
Because this has no lock on it. Some people get locked inside prison on accident. These are the wings to the prisons. Yeah, this must open.
Sorry.
This is like the whole power system. We're kind of stuck here. We have to go down one more floor.
Yo. Can we just acknowledge those bangs? Damn.
This is like the whole power system. We're kind of stuck.
Who do you think she voted for?
Here, we have to go down one more floor. This is so cool. Look at that, the healthcare unit. I need to go down a level. Yeah, it's open. Other explorers. Look at that. Gotta keep it. Oh, fuck. Oops. This is freaking cool. This might be my favorite prison already. Operations. What would the operations one be? Look at how the sliding door. Just all empty concrete buildings now, like back rooms. The assistant warden's operations. Seal of the United States, Illinois. There really is a tunnel here. Well, I think so. All right, explorers, before we head anywhere else, look at this. The security systems, the lights are still on for all the systems' TVs. We have to check that out, but let's go through the visiting center. Look at that. Dude, they see you piss right through the visiting center. They watch.
Or how big this place is, I'm surprised there's just not like homeless people living in the area here. I mean, if I was a bum, I'd definitely be shacking up here.
You piss right.
Fuck it, right? Why not?
Prove it. This is so cool. I've never been to a place like this, like a maximum security like this. That's very modern.
That's a good thing.
So I guess there's, they let you go through what, like 6 visitors at once? Because look at down there. You got a toilet right there too as well. This is room 3. And this is where I guess you can talk to them through the phone.
You just sit on a fucking cement stool? That sucks.
Oh, you're even sitting on brick. You're sitting on concrete.
That's a bummer.
Not even a chair, dude. The use of sign language is prohibited except when being used by or for hearing impaired visitors only. So they record everything you're saying. So there's no privacy when you talk to your loved one or family member.
Of course
you can't even sign language them. Do not use. These are for the
What about one of these? Huh? No?
booths to unlock the doors and open them for the bathrooms. They thought of everything they could to stop you from stealing something or smuggling something in, even to the slightest little screw. They made sure you wouldn't get it, or a wire from a phone. So they gave you some safety comms, just a little microphone that's built into the freaking brick wall for you to talk to your loved one. And there's one bathroom for this section as well. Man, these bathrooms are nasty though. And now we're back out here. I want to try to find a way inside here to show off the cameras, like the monitors. I guess through the tunnel. See, I have to explore everything. I don't want to leave, but let's just go see. Oh, right here. Everything's just wide open and stripped. I wonder if explorers stripped it or did the government strip it before they stopped? I don't know. Here we are, inside the entire security system area where all the guards would be watching everyone. This whole wing, they would watch all the wings down there, here, and here. It's just like in like a spy movie or security movie when the camera goes out and then you don't see anything. Dude, unbelievable. See, I'm not gonna touch anything, but you can push to talk, Sally port exit. I don't even know what some of these are.
I'd be pushing all the buttons. All the buttons.
And it's mirrored over here too. Look at, you got the infirmary.
What makes TAMS different from most abandoned prisons is that almost nobody ever got to see it when it was operating. Because this was a supermax prison, public access was extremely limited. There are only a handful of photographs showing what the facility looked like before it closed.
Guys, I just noticed these screens, because they just look at the same thing over and over again, this is embedded in the hallway. This is a hallway of the prison. And I think these are probably the cells or something on the sides. You can make it out. Let's keep actually looking around here. This place is big, but is it all mirrored? Does it all look the same? It might. We gotta figure this out. Those old school cameras. This is cam 014. See, we did the operations section. Like, we don't even know where this goes. I hate to like explore alone sometimes in places like this. It freaks me out. Like, actually freaks me out. This is A pod. And I guess we got B pod. A pod looks more scarier. We'll go through A pod. I'm blasting this. All right. This is the lieutenant. Well, it looks like people maybe were trying to scrap out of here. The nurses section. Dang, so if you're sick, the nurses section is literally here. Little medical cabinets right there. They didn't have much here. Dude, even working here must have been weird as hell. What's up there? Is it like the security to look down? Like, Jesus. Are these like where they would like stay? Oh, okay. So section 6, they're in sections. So let's go to section like, I guess 6, right? It's still labeled. I wonder what this one did. It looks like a latch. You would like press it down. Maybe that's how the door would open. I mean, we're going through it. So these were their cells. Let's see what they actually were given here. Wow, okay, so they showered in this little thing. Wow, it's no joke. You really never seen people. So what they
At least get your own shower. Well, you can shower alone.
did is like, I said, hey, here's your shower. Your one shower. You go in, you take a shower, and you go right back in your cell. So let's go inside cell 1. It's all single cells because the people here couldn't be trusted with even a partner. You couldn't have a partner here. This was your bed.
No. Well, maybe. I mean, there had to have been something else, right?
There's no way they had. They must.
It's a small ass bed. There had to have been like some sort of metal thing to put the mattress on, right?
Must have had a mattress, right? Like, comment down below. Did they have a mattress here? Like, I have to know. But this is what you would do. You would sit in here for 23 hours a day. 23 hours a day you were sitting in here. You had your one bathroom, that one little shower is how you would go shower, and you would come back in here. You never get to go outside, and you can't do anything. You're stuck.
What do you mean? They had basketball courts. They had recess.
In here. And I heard that there was people that were placed in here that had no hearings, which means you don't even know when you were ever leaving. That's why there were
Well, I guess these are the bad of the bad.
Lawsuits.
Worst of the worst.
It was abuse of power. It was inhumane. People were going nuts. It was a psychological damaging place. They had to stop it. What they did is insane. Let me show you this. You can't even see outside. They blurred it. It's blurred. They're not like see-through windows. They're like blurry windows, just so you can kind of get an idea.
You may be able to get to know a squirrel or a bird.
You would never see the outside again. And you know how you got your food? I'll show you. Watch this. Either way, how it works is when this is closed, when it's closed like this, you would receive your tray.
I've seen movies, TV shows. I know how it works.
And it's through here. You would just be given your tray. So let's see what this did.
It's a lock. It's a latch lock.
Trying to see where did this go outside.
Oh. Never mind.
Let's look. Okay, so this was your 1 hour. Okay, yeah, because you were...
That's your 1 hour? That's what you get for an hour a day? All right. This is best it's going to get. Look, you can look up at the sky.
Given 1 hour. Everyone had like a 1 hour thing. And I guess your 1 hour would be to come out here, maybe?
It's a bummer. Damn.
It's just a guess, I don't know. But
oh. This kid's always guessing.
Again, you're still...
He's always talking out of his ass.
Outside with your only light, like the window, is right there, and you would just sit out here and walk around.
Before we get right back in today's video, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, you guys, who's been supporting me monthly.
Okay. All right. We're not doing it, Joshy. We're moving on. Let's get back to the content. There we go.
This is video.
Jesus, what do you do? Nothing.
Think. You think a little bit. Think about your actions. What put you there? That's what you do, Joshy.
It's just crazy. You know, and you had the intercom where people can talk to you and look at you. A spotlight to be placed on you, and that was the camera for you. Let's go upstairs and check those out. But this is why it costed so much money. They had so much protection and so much little things that were used. They took care of you in so much, like, very specific ways that it cost too much money for this state to keep this running, even though it probably was the best. So it goes up to 10. It's 5 on each floor. I've never seen a place like this. Let's keep moving. Let's see another area. See, I want to know what's up in this one. It's like a watchtower section.
I hope he does get up there. I'm curious too.
Wonder if there's like a ladder to get up there. See, I think they're all mirrored, so I don't have to really show you guys like the whole rip of everything. But what would this be?
You know, for this being abandoned for so long, I am surprised that it's not just completely graffitied the fuck out.
Like, it's just a random door with this.
Maybe it's because it's not in a state like New York. I feel like everywhere in New York that's abandoned is always graffitied the fuck out.
What's this? Comment down below, guys. I'm just curious. Is this just how they would like a little janitor section to just mop the floor? I like just a little place for water. I don't know. We've seen the nurse. We've seen.
Did he say water?
This section. There's still way more. So let's see what else we can explore here. Let's go to B-Pod then really quick. Yep. So it shows nurse here. I'm assuming this would have been lieutenant. This one still has the soap. hand sanitizer, but it looks the same. I just walked all the way down the hall, and now it brings me to C pod and D pod from way down there. And this is, again, I think like one section. This is the restrooms. Maybe it must be for the security guards, or not. It looks a little bit nicer than the other ones, so yeah,
Gotta
maybe.
see.
Let's go inside D pod real quick. Make sure there's no spiders. Yep, it's all merit again. Lieutenant, nurse. Oh, I think this one's painted a little different though. A little nicer in this one. One thing I noticed as I'm walking back is you get no service in here at all. And on the outside of this place, you still get no service. There's stuff in it that makes it really hard to get service, especially the concrete and the metals and the sheets. So it's like, it doesn't matter if you even got a phone snuck in here. You couldn't even use it if you wanted to. Look at that. There's just a random door way up there. It can keep going further down, I guess, to a tunnel. But let's see if there's anything else here that's different. That was just the left side wing. It's probably all the same, let's be fair. Oh, look at this though. The healthcare unit. I love how they painted the walls like that green. Geez, it's like awful, like scary in here. They would probably do procedures in here so you could still never leave. You know, the paperwork just thrown everywhere like an apocalypse happened. And then over here, dang, so let's say there's like 6 people sick or the disease spreaded because it happens like that. They put you all in here and they line you up. Pretty freaking airy and cool. What do some of the papers say? Nothing about medical procedures. See, that's what I'm wondering. Who did this? Someone scrapped everything out of it. I think that's what happened. Unless they opened them all up on purpose before they closed, like the city. I just don't get it. So they would see people right here, look. So this was, you know, one doctor would see someone here, here, and here. It's like emergency rooms. This was where the curtain would be, and they would examine you. Same with here. And look at this, the x-ray's still here. Wow, I did not expect for us to find an x-ray in the prison still. Since 2014, I think, or 13, this place has been sitting here. Papers are thrown all over the place. This is crazy. Wow, there's even x-rays. Let's see if they're blank though. Yeah, they're blank, they're not in use. So that means when the place, most likely when they closed down, you know, the government, you know, at least picked up everyone's information and ended it. Right on the side of the x-ray is where they would, you know, take your photo with the x-ray. This blocks out the radiation, some of the films. But yeah, no one's files are here. Can't even open that. The x-ray main disconnect panel looks like it's been disconnected. There's no latch here anymore. I don't know. What's this? Certificate of quality. What's down here? I just feel like someone's gonna pop up at me. You know, just casually walking through the most strictest prison.
Where does Travel Buddies go? That's what I want to know. What are they doing? What's their story?
In U.S., with the power still on. Medical staff only. Hang on, look. Right there. Nothing's left though. Maybe this is like, okay, to watch over you after your surgery or something? To make sure you're good? Like this is 100% for patients, well, prisoners. After surgery or you're really sick, like a quarantine room, because you got your shower here connected to your room, and right over here is your bathroom. I'm assuming they gave you some little humanity here, you know what I mean? Like, you know, let's say, I don't know, you brought in a bad disease or something, and they're like, oh, we need to quarantine you and put you away from everyone. It's the only thing I can think of. I really don't know what else they would be here for, except from like getting done surgery or, you know, vice versa. So we just finished up the whole nurse section. Let's see what else we can find here in this nifty place. Oh, what's this one? That's cool. Got the phones. Nope, they don't work. Look at this phone. If an emergency happens, I'm definitely not pressing that button.
Push it! Push it. I would. You have to.
The infirmary. That's where we were. Okay. So we just got out of the infirmary. Let's go through the mental health. I'm sure this place was loaded with people. You know what I mean? Seriously, everyone went nuts.
That's where you should be, Joshy.
You know, like people that acted like Batman or the Joker were probably inside here. Let's be honest. Like they made it crazy. But then again,
you're daydreaming, Josh.
if you got in here in the first place, most likely you're already crazy. But
not necessarily the case.
You would end up loony crazy because of never contacting people and seeing anyone. See, it's all different here. Just all carpeted and padded rooms. I don't think there's anything else really. Made up with these guys. They're doing their thing. We're at F-Pod now, so we've been cruising. But you can hear the sounds in this one, so power is jamming through on this one. Fans are still running. This one's probably overheated. Fan's not on no more. This one's still going. Hopefully that fan don't die. Whoa. Yeah, see, this wing's really destroyed. Yeah, how do we get up there? The lights, we need to get up there. Hang on. At the north. Whoa, look at this one. Lights are on. Oh, wow, this one's really airy and cool. Yeah, power's still on in the shower. Whoa. I must have kicked the screw. Oh, so they do have lights on the inside too, though. Yeah, that one's just not on. Yeah, I want to get up there now. We gotta look. Oh, so they got up through up here. That's how they did it. I really was like, how'd you get up there in my head? Let's go see what's up here. Now we can go into the watchtower. It's kind of freaky up here. Whoa. Just to show you, so you're not wondering. Nothing too crazy. Look at the outside. Just in the middle of nowhere. So this is the hub I was talking about that looked like the watchtower thing on the inside. Oh my God.
It's pretty cool. It's like a James Bond level. 007. GoldenEye.
This is nuts. They had people watching every wing and every system all over here. And if you look, you're leveled up with the prisoners right over there on each section. But if we go over to them, like, let's do it. Look at, you're caged off. You're barged out. You know, you can't see in it. You can just look through barely. Can't even really see. This side caved in. What the hell happened here? Someone scrapped the entire metal out of it and stole it and scrapped it. Look. But you can see this. People are doing work here. This takes a long time to scrap. Someone's been here and they're scrapping. That means they're gonna keep coming back. I bet you they're gonna keep coming back until each one of these are completely gone. Whoever is doing it, 100%. This is what's in all of them. I didn't even know that's what it looked like up here. But this is why it costs $60,000 for one prisoner. You're sitting up here watching each little monitor, probably 2 or 3 of you, maybe even 4 if you want to fill it all up, and you're watching every single freaking wing to make sure they don't escape. And that is what you call a supermax prison.
Former inmates often describe one thing more than anything else: the silence. In a normal prison, you hear conversations, movement, and activity. At TAMS, many prisoners spent nearly all day alone. Some said the silence became so overwhelming that even the sound of a door opening could feel startling.
The date on here says January 2012. This is the wing entry. If I press close, it doesn't close, it just stays on open with the red light on. Look at these bugs have been like frozen in time here. Like stuck. Hop off of this grid, back down to the first level, and let's take that tunnel unit. That tunnel unit brings us to the whole other side. I'm thinking everything's gonna be exactly the same, but it's good just to check. We don't know. We might be, you know, we're not technically done exploring this whole place. It's just everything might be the exact same. Yeah, I covered everything now, except whatever's down here. I mean, we're gonna find out. It is a dark tunnel. Oh shit. Dang. Can't fit without the bag off.
Did you help?
Might just leave it. I'll just come back for it. Well, someone scrapped it all. Whatever it was right there. It's going somewhere, dude. You could. We're trying to squad. Yeah, let's leave our bags there. Then we know we have to come back no matter what.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's all scrapped out. It's all dark tunnel, though. I got this light, yeah. It's open to a dark section, look. Just a hallway creeping with the light on down there. Probably just a transfer to the next wing.
Oh, do you think I'm
Underground? No, I don't think so.
Yo, what?
What is it, the boiler? So look at this. You would talk to the guard through here. He would probably be the one to let you in to the next wing. But it goes far down. Really far. You think? It looks like it. I don't know, I don't know if we should get our bags. Just got our bottle, just run down it or something. Yeah, let's go get our bags just in case. Yo. That's crazy down there. Yeah, the visiting room. Yep. So weird. Yeah, so to see the prisoner, you would use this, the other side. Yeah. What was this for? Like, actually, I definitely know that.
Wait a minute, hold on a minute. What the fuck is going on here? I would assume... Wait, they said they only had one execution there, right? Because, like, I'd assume this be, like, full of chairs or something. Like, what's behind this glass? Looks like she's advertising a lot of mental illness. I'd throw her one. Those are risers for seating. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The seating for what? What are they sitting and watching? But they said they only had one execution here, I think, so. Couldn't be for watching a nigga die, you know?
What was this for? Like, actually, I definitely know that this tunnel would bring you to where the people would park, and you would walk up into here and then check in to see your family members, your loved one, the prisoners. So let's go see how or where this actually goes. Right now, we're literally underground right now. Going to the next building. No bathroom facilities beyond this point. Damn,
no shit and no pissing.
Getting a huge pitch ringing in my ear here. This sign says help.
Oh, look, finally got some graffiti. No, it's not really graffiti, but you know what I mean.
Oh, it smells in there. Jesus. Okay, I know where we are. We're outside the prisoners' area. Yup. Look at it. We're outside of it now. That's the whole barbed wire fence. Well, now you can see how complex this place was. I'm totally freaking lost. Oh, this is where you can get, oh, they even had, this is where you ate your food too? Whole cafeteria over here. Oh, that makes sense. So they cooked all the food out of the prisoners' area and had to bring it into the tunnel and gave it to the prisoner. So everything was cooked away from them as well. And all the meat and all their food was stored right here. Here's all the freezer rooms. A lot of power on in here. It smells weird too. So this is where the trucks would pull up and drop the food off. Let's look out and get an idea where we are. Yeah, you're still fenced off by some way though. It's creepy, man. I'm freaking out in here. The wellness center staff only. Wellness center, I guess for the staff to just relax in, that had their time off. I mean, you have to treat the staff good. If they're gonna get shit on all day by the prisoners, right? You gotta find a way to balance that out on your breaks, I'm assuming.
Not much of a balance out, man. Still looks like fucking hell.
And this must be the actual front gate before you would even get into the prisoners. Administration is down there. Look at this.
Oh. Put all your belongs there. What the hell kind of bag is that? Look like a chip bag.
I want to get in that room. Big control panels right here. Straight up the whole like mission control admin section.
Mission control, do you read me?
This is the front of the prison to get into the maximum area. Do not touch any of those switches.
Touch them. Touch them. Hit them all.
The door monitoring control panel.
Oh shit. Look at all those lights that could be flashing. Gate, tear gas, relief vent, armory relief vent, teledata comm room. Outdoor break room.
The whole layout of the map for the prison.
I know.
Yep, I mean, this makes sense. That's the control room, F pod. We were in here. We were in all these pods. That's the beginning. We did A pod, D. I went down. Remember, I went all the way down, did C, but I just went to D. Now we're in the control room of everything right now. If you go all the way down, you can go to staff and dining and the armory. Jesus Christ, the armory? That's gonna be all empty. It ain't happening though. To get all the way down here, I see these buildings. It's so far away.
Pussy boy. Pussy boy.
Maybe, but I doubt it. The layout map. See, look at that. We did all these. We went there, we did these. And now we're in the building. That's the administration service room, which we haven't been to, but I mean, we could try. This is really crazy. Little VCR, VHS tape.
Oh, shit. Take one and bring home with you.
These are worth a lot of money now. Our karma.
No, they're not. You can go to a thrift store and pick one up for $5. Josh, you're an idiot.
Radio. The radio only works in the C-Max admin building. Will not work through the tunnel, pods, or ops area. It's because you can't get signal inside. Let's see, this is gonna, apparently if the map is right, it'll bring us to one last building. I don't think I even wanna go to it. If it's the admin room, it's not even gonna be that cool. Would've just been
Do it, you pussy. You went through everything else.
in rows of paperwork and office stuff, so I don't wanna bore you guys. I don't even wanna bore myself. I think we're already in it.
Yeah, see, you just want to get out of there. You've had enough. But we haven't.
Look at this freaking prison, dude. It's like the most eeriest place, man. I'm telling you, Area 51 to the max. The middle of freaking nowhere. I'll run out of here and head inside that field. You won't even make it up there. There's no way. Yeah, this is the admin building. We ain't going through here. Let's get out of here. This is it. This is it right here. Well, can you imagine if we were a prisoner, how it would have been? We wouldn't have seen any light like that. This is our first time leaving. Oh, God.
How's it feel?
Oh, we broke out of prison. We went into prison.
Such a dweeb.
That's it.
You're a dweeb, Josh.
How long were we in there for? 3-4 hours?
We were in there a long time, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know how long. Yeah, let's get out of here. What a weird entrance to leave out of, though. Look at that. We got attacked by this, like, vegetation from these things. It's stuck on us. It's like little caterpillar stuff. I'm out of this place. Good luck, guys. I'm getting out of here. So remember when we took the tunnel, that sign that said the tunnel? It went under this and came out to that. And that's where we were when we showed you the other security system panel in the administration's office. That was all right there, which was outside, and you were free. And you went under this tunnel to get back inside. Here we go. Thanks for watching, guys.
Huge shout out to my Patreon tier supporters,
Yeah,
especially
yeah,
to Urban.
Yeah. You and your 5 million subs. All right. Won't be here next Sunday. Possibly, maybe I'll do something next Monday, though. No promises. No promises. But regular scheduling should be resuming in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Dix, glad you made it for the end. Have a lovely evening, whatever you're going to be doing for the rest of your time tonight, this morning, however you want to look at it. But I'm going to my bed. It's time. It's time. I'm tired. Thanks for hitting the like button, by the way. Appreciate it. If you're watching replay and if you made it this far, you're the best. I'll see you soon, though. Soon enough. Soon enough. On that note, how about the old sign-off of peace, love, and hair grease? Did we do it? We did it. We did it. We didn't do it. Did we do it? We didn't do it. You blew it. You blew it. Can we do it again? Peace, love, and hair grease.
She was just a fucking high school cunt. I mean, I don't believe I ever really loved her, you know. She's just a cunt at high school. Christ! This is the end! I can't take it anymore! Go ahead! Kill me!
There is no happy end, it's only just the end. There is no happy end, it's only just the end. There may be happy later, happy now and happy then, but there is no happy end. There is no happy end, it's only just the end. There is no happy end, there's only just the end. There may be happy later, happy now and happy then, but there is no happy end.
I told you guys, no fucking music, it's fucking bedtime. Oh my fucking, I told you 3 fucking times to turn that fucking light up. I swear to God, I'll fucking kick the light right. It's fucking bedtime!
Such a fucking fag, dog.